Your earn cut. Start again. Start again. Your energy is currency. Period. Okay? Okay, you have money all around you and in you. Okay, no, I'm not trying to do the cross or nothing. You have money, okay, in you and all around you. Your energy, okay, is the currency. Currency is the current, is energy. When and why I say this is because what you give your focus and attention to grows because you're paying it. So when you think about that as money, then you get more, you get more selective with who you're giving your time to and the things you're giving your time to. When a issue, a bill or something comes in front of your, in your sphere, you have the choice of saying, I'm going to pay you with my attention, or, you know what, you're not worth my time. If you cannot solve a specific challenge, if you don't have the money to pay for a specific bill at that time, let it go. Remove your attention, because if you keep focusing on it, it's gonna grow and you're gonna keep receiving more of those same problems, those same challenges. The more you keep complaining about it, giving your attention to it, the more of it you attract. It's just like if you have a crush on someone and you keep staring at them. If you stare at them long enough, they will turn and look at you. And then you'll have to quickly do that thing where you look away, because you've been paying them with your attention. The longer you keep looking at them, the more energy you keep sending them. It's like you had a $10,000 stack, of money, and you kept throwing it at them like one of them strippers. You were in the crowd and you had the money and you kept throwing the money at them. That's what you're doing to these problems, to these people, and all of these situations that you say that you don't want. I don't want this problem. I don't want this thing. I don't want that thing. But then you keep throwing money at it by giving it your attention. So then I'm looking at you side-eyed. If you really don't care about it, then you would shift your focus. You would turn your focus. I remember I was watching this it was like this Tony Robbins thing, and he was talking about how he went to the racetrack, right? And he was driving like the race car truck or the race car or whatever, and he was about to hit like a wall or whatever, and thank God there was an experienced race car driver that was in the passenger seat that actually physically turned his head so that he would stop staring at the wall that he was wanting so much to avoid, and so that way he wouldn't crash into it. At the last second, the guy was able to turn his head, and then he was able to then turn the wheel, okay, and actually go towards where he actually wanted. We're so trained in society today to focus on what you don't want, focus on the problem, focus on it, and try your hardest to solve it. Okay, yeah, you give it a little bit of attention to get it solved or whatever, but if it's not possible, if you've exhausted all possibility, at that point you have to collapse the timeline. And how do you collapse it? By not paying it attention. If you keep paying it, it's like you're paying someone, right? An employee. You keep paying them, okay, to show up to work. What the hell do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna keep showing up to work because you're paying them to show up to work. You want them to stop showing up? Well, then fire them and stop paying them money. It's like you have this crusty ass employee and you keep saying, I'm tired of this crusty ass employee. But what do you keep doing? Paying them and having them show up to work. It's like, it's nonsensical. If you don't want the thing and you really can't solve it, you don't have the tools or the money or whatever to solve it, let it go. And I've experienced this in my own life. Stop paying attention to stupid bills, and then they stop showing up. And you might think to yourself, well, why if you don't? Nah. Guess what started showing up instead? Money. The thing that actually shifted my focus to actually pay attention to. I would then go in the mail, and instead of getting the stupid bills, I would get fucking like money, random ways for them to send me money too. And it's like, who goes to the mail and gets actual cash money? Me. And guess what? More it's to come. Because why? I have shifted my focus. And it's a discipline, but it's worth it. Anything worth having is worth doing the work for. You just do it, and you do it little by little. Each day it gets easier, because we live in a freaking insane society where they tell us to do this, to focus on things that we can't even control half the time. The only person you can control is your own your own self. And do you see how hard it is to do that at times? So imagine trying to control someone else or control a challenge. You just gotta let it go. If you cannot solve it, let it go. And then you will collapse the timeline. It'll start to disappear, because you're no longer paying it with your energy and your attention. That's why these networks and all these shows, they want your views. Oh yeah, we want more views. We want people to watch, because you're paying them with your attention. You're giving them energy. You're sending it, and wherever you're focusing on it, it grows. That's why when you have the stars on the stage, there's a mass of people sending them energy and attention, and they get even more hyped up. It's palpable and it's real. And if you're not careful, you're going to raise up all these little problems, little challenges will become fucking mountains. Things that should have been just little molehills that you discarded will become big mountains in your life. And the more you get better at this also, then even in the worst of situations, you find joy. You find things to focus in, and those things actually help you get out of the crusty situation, ironically. But if you were in those crusty situations and you turn your focus to the crusty situation, then what would you have more of? More crusty situation. But if in those moments you can find, oh, yeah, I'm in this crusty situation, but I still got my legs, I got my arms, I got my body's healthy. Look, there's a beautiful view outside. You then start having more of those, and the problem just solves itself. It solves itself, or it completely removes, and you go into a whole other reality, because it's not the circumstance that matters so much so as your state of being, because you're creating everything from in here. So the moment you collapse the time, the frozen imagination, you say, oh, that's not truth, that's error, I'm not paying attention to that. I accept that it's here, but I'm not paying attention to it, and I'm gonna go ahead and find other joyful things and grateful things to focus on. Then you collapse it, and then you vibrate so much higher than that old reality that you then start to move out of it. So it's like, it's a balance between not resisting it and saying, I wish this wasn't happening. And you get mad and irate and frustrated. But it's like a balance between that and also this, like, seeing that it's actually not the truth and ignoring it and focusing on what is truth for you. Because if you really saw the good things as truth, you would not be paying attention to those questions. You'd be like, oh, whatever. Those are that's frozen imagination. That's just what the old self was thinking. Okay, but I'm going to turn my eye up to the heavens, okay, meaning like the truth, the things that I see as truth, and I'm gonna disregard those things that are not actually of me. But I'm not fighting it. It's just I just know what is truth inside me. Those things can be where they are, and I'm where I am. And so then you won't be in frustration and anger and anguish. You'll just be like your regular self. Like, you'll be joyful, grateful, and you'll be happy. Even in the most craziest, obscene situations. And then the situation will start to change when you internally change. But you can't expect it to change when you stay the same on the inside. Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video about how your energy is your currency. And I'll see you back for the next video. Bye!